Hey all, Cynical here. I got tagged in a video replying to this comment. And I don't like telling this next story very often for a variety of reasons, but I feel it's warranted this time. So, not funny Navy story time. As most of you know, I was a Master at Arms in the Navy, which is military police. We just had to have a special name for it and be different. But usually we didn't have that many Marines on base. Every now and again, a detachment would roll through, and they'd get loud and rowdy, but I remember one night in particular I got called for a drunken disorderly. Went out in town, picked up a couple Marines, acting the fool, brought them back to base, and through the paperwork and processing, got to know them a little bit. They were decent guys, just blowing off steam, waiting for the gunny to show up, shooting the shit with them. And of course, he said the same thing, same old spiel. Yeah, I'll hem them up, yada, yada, yada. And I thought that'd be the end of it. Then some weeks later, I'm on my own liberty, walking back to base from a bar, and I'd had a couple to drink, and I was by myself, which I shouldn't have been. But I got jumped. I don't know how many there were. All I know is they were screaming Baka Gaijin, American go home. And I'm a bigger guy, but when there's that many of them, it doesn't really matter. Next thing I know, I'm on the ground, covered up, trying to protect myself, and they're putting the boots to me. Then all of a sudden I hear distinctly American yelling, and the kicking stops. Then I got picked up on my arms, and lo and behold, who is it but the two Marines I'd arrested? And they hadn't known it was me, but I don't think it would have mattered. All they saw was an American getting the shit kicked out of him, yelling and screaming for help. They helped me back to base, and they didn't make fun of me. Sure, a little lighthearted ribbing, but then they asked if I wanted to report it to my command. And I didn't have anything to report. I didn't get any identifications, and I was actually in the wrong. I would have gotten in trouble because I shouldn't have been by myself. The only thing I had to show for it was a split lip and a mouse under an eye. So I asked them to keep their mouth shut about it. And I went back to work blaming the injuries on the judo and jiu-jitsu I'd been practicing out in town. And I don't like telling this story for a variety of reasons. Paints Japanese people in a bad light, makes me look like a puss and an idiot, and makes Marines look like fucking heroes. But here's the thing. I never got hemmed up for it. I never heard about it, and to my knowledge, they never said anything. They took care of me like a brother should and would. So you might think they're overrated. That's your opinion. But most Marines I've interacted with in and out of the military are pretty loyal and trustworthy. And I'd probably have their back in a fight without a second thought. And if either of you two that saved my ass that night happened to be watching, I didn't get a chance to say it properly, but thank you. I appreciate you. Semper Fi, and have a nice day.